Hi and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the Squier Classic Vibe 60 Stratocaster, 5 reasons to buy it, and 3 concerns. Now, I'm going to leave out all the vintage appointments like the tuners and stuff because I assume if you're looking at buying this guitar, that's one of the reasons you're buying it is a vintage style or vintage vibe guitar. So I like to end my videos positively. Let's go over the negatives first, or not negatives, but concerns. So we have a Laurel fretboard. For a lot of people, that's a turn-off, and in this price point, time of shooting, $430, I really think it should have a rosewood fretboard, guys. So, Laurel fretboard is my first concern. Second concern, vintage tall frets. I personally don't mind them, but I guess a lot of people find these uncomfortable. So, something to be aware of, if you don't like vintage tall frets, you're probably not going to like this guitar. Number 3, the fretboard edges. This guitar is kind of unique in my opinion. It's one of the few that when I pick it up, especially from the front, I know right away I'm holding my Squier Classic Vibe. I've said it in other videos, as soon as I grab it, I know I've got my Squier, and it's because of how these fretboard edges feel almost angled, and the sharpness they have to them, which I know they can be rolled, but out of the box, to the average player, this is how they get it. And it does actually start to get uncomfortable for me playing it after about 5 songs. I tend to dig my thumb in. That's just bad playing habits. But it's very pronounced for me, especially if I grab it like this out of my rack. My player doesn't have rolled edges. I have several. My standard doesn't have rolled edges. My old standard doesn't have rolled edges. I've got plenty of guitars that don't have rolled edges. So the sharp edge is or having an edge is not new to me, but the sharp edge on this and on all the ones I've tried, they just seem to be a little more pronounced. Like I said, it's almost like it's got a slight angle to it. But in my opinion, if you're going to play this every day as your main guitar, I would roll these edges. I don't know, they always feel sharp to me on every one I've tried. Obviously not enough for me to get rid of the guitar, though. Okay, so that's your negatives, or your concerns. Let's talk about some of the reasons to buy this guitar. Number 1 is the vibe. Just like it says, it's got a great classic vibe. It looks the part pretty good. Is it perfect? No. But you immediately look at this and go, okay, it looks like a 60 Strat. So it's meant to look the part and it pulls it off. The setup out of the box is number 2. I've owned several of these. I've tried more of them. I've talked to a lot of people who own them. It seems like everyone out of the box is set up really well. This one was great. They seem to be set up well out of the box. And I can't say that for any brand. You know, you've got models that just seem to not come out quite as good. This one seems to be good every time. From the fretwork to the setup, these seem to be consistent, and that's important. Number 3 is the sound. While these are not high-end Alnico pickups, these are good-sounding, inexpensive Alnico pickups. They've been compared with the Guitar Fetish vintage standards, I think that's what they're called. Some people like these a little better, some people like those a little better. But in my mind, these are just fine. I mean, you can definitely do better, but these will get you through playing at the house all day long. So they have a good sound for this price point. Now, tuning stability, number 4. This guitar holds tune really well. My nut's actually not cut perfect. There is a little hang up in one string. But even with that, it holds tune really well. And if you've seen a lot of my videos, I really like to bend. And I can play 4 or 5 songs and it's still in tune. So it's got really good tuning stability. That's a great thing. Especially at this price point. Usually inexpensive guitars, tuning is something you have to worry about and that's not being cut well. Or inexpensive tremolos where that just doesn't quite work right. So this holds tune well. And number 5 is the upgradability. You know, it's got a decent sized body. If you want to throw in a new set of electronics, you can. If you want to upgrade the tremolo, you can. If you want to upgrade tuners, you can. Not saying you need to do any of it. But this is a guitar that's a lot easier to upgrade than its little brothers. I've upgraded Sonics. I've upgraded Affinities, a lot of Affinities. And quite often you have to do a little bit of routing if you want to get the pots in there right. And you can sometimes end up with a compression short or a pressure short on your switch because it'll be smacking into the bottom if you don't route it out. But you don't have to do any of that with this. So that's just one more reason to love the guitar is you can make changes to it if you want to, and it's not going to be a painstaking feat. So overall, these are really cool guitars. That would be my biggest like I said, concerns with it. And my biggest, hey, here's why you should get it, other than the obvious, you want one that looks like a classic guitar. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to stay notified. Leave me some comments and suggestions. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, keep playing.